Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again, and I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we're going to talk about a guitar that truly surprised me. The Jet Guitar's JT-350. Before we get into it, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Chirko, and here on my channel, all we do is talk about guitars, guitar gear, music in general, and everything in between. So if you're a guitar nerd just like me, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any future uploads. Back to the guitar. First and foremost, this guitar was sent to me by my good friends at iMusic Network Distributions. And if that sounds familiar to you, it's because it's the same people that stand behind Maybach guitars. And if you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love Maybach guitars, and you know that I love working with the Maybach people. One day we were brainstorming ideas back and forth with Gabriel from iMusic Network. Hi Gabriel. And he suggested I take a look at Jet Guitars, which is a new budget-friendly brand they've started distributing recently. One thing about iMusic Network is that they don't just distribute any brand. They definitely have a gift of A, making some of the most incredible guitars with Maybach guitars, and B, they have a great taste in choosing brands that they want to distribute. So in the back of my head, I already knew that I was in for a treat. So I hopped on the website and saw a huge array of guitars that they were offering. But this one grabbed my attention almost immediately. First of all, I really like how this guitar looks. The combination with the piano black finish and the single binding and that neck pickup aesthetic right there, it just looks incredible. The rosewood fingerboard is nice and dark, and it matches the caramel color of the roasted maple neck perfectly. The headstock shape isn't that radical. It looks good, but it's not my favorite. The logo could also be a bit more elegant, but I've gotten used to it and I really don't mind it. But the fact of the matter is that to me, this guitar represents way more than just a good looking guitar. This guitar right here is real life proof that we live in a golden era for guitar gear. Honestly, there are no more excuses for manufacturing bad guitars. If you would have told me back then when I started playing guitar that there could be a guitar with this kind of spec, with a roasted maple neck, with locking tuners for around 350 euros or dollars, I would call BS. Because really, the only place that you could get a guitar like this would have been custom shop, boutique brands like Sir Guitars, high-end Charvels, and Music Man guitars. Things like roasted maple necks and locking tuners were never to be seen on budget guitars. And in the past 4 to 5 years, it's been super rare to find a sub 800 euro guitar with an actual rosewood fingerboard. But specs aren't everything, right? I mean, if the guitar isn't built properly and there's major setup issues like fret leveling and all of that, who needs specs? And this is where this guitar surprised me the most. It's flawless and I'm not exaggerating. Starting from the headstock, the tuners work perfectly. The nut is also cut perfectly, and guess what? It's a bone nut. As I mentioned before, the rosewood fingerboard is impeccable. It's nice and dark, and it really looks like a good quality piece of wood. The fretwork is amazing. The frets are polished and as level as they can be. Every single note on this guitar rings and sustains beautifully. The pickups are also great, especially the neck humbucker. It sounds very full and warm with a nice sweet attack. The bridge pickup sounds great as well. It's a Tully bridge pickup. I rarely use it, but if you need something like this, it sounds great. And since we're talking about hardware, the bridge also intonates very well because of the 6 individual saddles. I thought about swapping the bridge for a vintage style bridge with compensated saddles purely for aesthetics, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because I really like the guitar how it is. All in all, I can recommend this guitar to anyone. If you're a beginner wanting to get your first guitar, if you're a hobbyist or even a pro player, who wouldn't want something like this? I'm so happy to have this guitar. I do play it a lot, and every time I grab to play it, it puts a smile on my face because it assures me that everyone has the possibility to enjoy an incredible instrument, even at a lower price point. Let me know your thoughts about this guitar under the comments section down below. Oh, and by the way, YouTube Analytics is showing me that more than 90% of my viewers out there are not subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel because it really helps me grow this whole thing. Who knows, maybe I'll start uploading once a week instead of once a month if you subscribe. With that out of the way, I hope to catch you with the next one. Until then, stay safe and have a good one. Bye-bye.